after uncovering the most terrifying creatures lurking in our ocean's depths in part 1 and 2, including the ghostly phantom jellyfish and the bone-crushing colossal squid, you thought we were done. You thought we'd found every nightmare the deep sea had to offer. You can check out those previous episodes in the description below, but trust me, we've barely scratched the surface. What if I told you there's a creature swimming in our oceans right now with teeth so massive it can't even close its mouth? And that's just number 10 on today's list. The ocean covers 71% of our planet, yet we've only explored less than 5% of it. What lurks in that remaining darkness would make your worst nightmare look like a children's bedtime story. This is part 3, and these creatures will haunt your dreams. Number 10, the Fangtooth Fish. Picture this. You're descending into the midnight zone, 3,000 feet below the surface, when suddenly a face emerges from the black. Fangs jutting out like broken glass, a permanent grotesque grin carved into its skull. The fangtooth doesn't choose to look terrifying. Evolution made that choice for it. Those needle-sharp teeth are the largest of any marine species relative to body size. They're so big, special sockets in its skull had to evolve just to house them when its mouth closes. If that doesn't haunt your dreams, wait until you see what's next. Number 9, the Frilled Shark. What do you get when you cross a shark with a serpent and let it evolve in complete darkness for 400 million years? You get the Frilled Shark. This living fossil moves like a snake through water, striking its prey with lightning speed. But here's the truly disturbing part. Those needle-like teeth aren't designed to slice. They're designed to grip. Once something enters that mouth, there's no escape. It's essentially a biological bear trap with fins. Number 8, the Viperfish. Now imagine a creature so perfectly designed for murder that it literally lives one bite away from suicide. The Viperfish carries fangs so enormous that if its jaw shifts even slightly out of alignment, those teeth would pierce straight through its own brain. It's walking, or rather swimming, on a nice edge every single day. Mother Nature gave it the ultimate weapon, with the ultimate price. Number 7, the Barleyish Fish. Some things you can't unsee, and the Barleyish Fish is one of them. Picture a creature with a completely transparent forehead. You can literally see its brain floating inside like some twisted snow globe. But the real nightmare fuel? Those aren't its eyes on the front of its face. Those are its nostrils. Its actual eyes are the 2 green orbs inside its see-through skull, and they can rotate to look straight up at you. Imagine swimming in pitch darkness, thinking you're alone, when suddenly you realize something with a glass head has been watching you from below this entire time. Number 6, the Chimaera. What's worse than being hunted by something you can see? Being hunted by something that doesn't need to see you at all. Chimaeras, also known as ghost sharks, have no functional eyes. Instead, they hunt using sensory pads that detect the electrical fields generated by your beating heart. You could hide in the deepest, darkest corner of the ocean, but your own life force would give you away. They don't see you coming. They feel you breathing. Number 5, the Dragonfish. The Dragonfish takes psychological warfare to another level. It dangles a bioluminescent lure from its chin like a fishing rod, patiently waiting in the abyss. Small fish, desperate for any source of light in the endless darkness, swim towards what they think is salvation. Instead, they find themselves face to face with a mouth full of transparent fangs and dead, hollow eyes. It's the ultimate predator, using hope itself as bait. Speaking of bait, I'm curious, what's luring you to watch these videos? Are you fascinated by the unknown depths, or do you just enjoy being terrified? Hit that like button if these creatures give you the same chills they give me. And here's a challenge. In the comments, tell me what terrifies you most about the ocean. Is it the crushing darkness, the impossible pressure, or the fact that something could be watching you from below right now? Also, let me know what videos you would love to see next. And if you're brave enough to keep diving deeper into these nightmare waters with me, hitting that subscribe button is your lifeline back to the surface. Because trust me, the top 4 creatures on this list will make everything you've seen so far look absolutely harmless. Number 4, the Gulper Eel. What happens when evolution decides a creature needs to be able to swallow prey larger than itself? You get the Gulper Eel, a living garbage disposal with a jaw that can unhinge to terrifying proportions. But here's what makes it truly disturbing. That massive mouth isn't filled with teeth. It doesn't need them. It simply opens wide and vacuums its victims into a stomach that expands like a twisted balloon. You wouldn't be bitten, you'd be swallowed whole. Number 3, the Stargazer Fish. Some creatures hide from their prey. Others bury themselves in sand and wait. But the Stargazer Fish does something far more sinister. It buries itself completely, leaving only its eyes and mouth exposed, looking like a pair of dead eyes staring up from a grave. When prey swims overhead, it strikes with lightning speed. But here's the kicker. It can generate electric shocks. Imagine being paralyzed by electricity, unable to move, as those dead eyes drag you down into the sand. Number 2, the giant isopod. What if I told you there are creatures on the ocean floor that look exactly like the pill bugs you played with as a kid, except they're the size of footballs and have been sitting in the same spot, motionless, for decades? Giant isopods are living nightmares wrapped in armor plating. They can survive for years without eating, just waiting for something to die and sink to the bottom. When that happens, they swarm like underwater vultures, their powerful jaws tearing through flesh and bone with mechanical precision. Number 1, the zombie worm. But nothing, absolutely nothing, compares to our number 1 nightmare. Deep on the ocean floor, where whale carcasses slowly decay, something impossible is happening. Bone worms, also known as zombie worms, don't just eat the flesh. They secrete acid so powerful it dissolves the whale's bones from the inside out. Then they crawl inside and make the skeleton their home. Males are microscopic and live as parasites inside the females. It's a creature that literally dissolves the dead and lives inside the remains. We're not just talking about a predator here. We're talking about something that turns death itself into a home. Here's what should keep you awake tonight. Every single one of the creatures is real. They're swimming in our oceans right now, and we've barely scratched the surface. Every deep sea expedition discovers new species that rewrite the rules of what we thought was possible. Drop a comment below, which of these would you least want to encounter in the deep? And if you think the creatures we covered in part 2 are terrifying, you haven't seen anything yet.